Hey everyone, it's Lisa Bongean from Primitive Gatherings, and I am here today with Chef Erica. You like that fancy title, don't you?
No, not really. No. Erica
You can
works.
tell she's just not used to it yet.
No, I'm not.
Chef Erica, Chef Erica. I know it's funny, right? But you deserve that title. You're good. You're
Thank
good.
you.
At the gathering today, because as for a special preview or prequel to your video that you've done today for World Baking Day. So we thought it would be fun to give you guys a different type of video than quilting or sewing. So we thought we'd balance with you and bring you something unique. So what are you going to show them today how to make?
You are going to learn how to make a blackberry lime scone that has a mojito glaze on top, something kind of refreshing for spring.
Wow, that was a lot of ingredients.
A lot
in
of
there.
words.
That's why I had her say it. I'll be like, I'll screw it up. No, you say what you're going to make. So that is going to be a video that they filmed that Kaylee's going to hook onto this in a little bit. So we thought we would just tell you what's going on here at the gathering. We are right smack dab in the middle of our Tulip Festival that we're holding all week here. And people have come from all over the country to hang out with us and to stitch, what are their names? Waddles and a tulip spring pillow and then a tulip table mat. Right? So that's what we're doing here today, and I will be here all week with these lovely ladies. They'll be tired of me telling them what to do pretty soon, and they'll just do what they want.
Their own thing.
That's the best part. But and some of these ladies are new here for the first time, and some of them this is their third or fourth time here. So we love the fact that we get new people and we get old people coming back, return customers coming back.
That's fun.
All right.
That's a
So
fun
we're
part.
pretty excited here too, because not only does Erica run the kitchen here, is she also I don't know if you're gonna be able to do it all what you did last year, but she's in the garden as well.
Yeah.
So she's overseeing her kitchen garden. So we get a new tractor next week. So I'm hoping we do a little video on our new
Friday.
tractor.
Friday, I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah. It's coming on Friday, but who knows? I always say
Yeah.
next week.
Sure.
To me, that's next week.
Sure.
But next week we'll be able to show it to you on video, our brand new tractor that we got. So we're excited about that. We'll be tilling up some beds for vegetables.
We'll get you on video out there on the tractor.
Oh
huh?
yeah, right. Yeah. Well, we got a girly tractor so we can run it. We didn't get no big, huge
Masculine
one.
tractor.
We got one that everybody can use. So, and then we have. Wendy is bringing Stacy
with
is
our
bringing
dahlias.
Dahlia. So we're going to have a dahlia garden here as well with all different kinds of
Very
varieties.
unique.
Yes.
Yeah.
So lots of flowers. Eventually, we're working on it. We're
If the deer don't get to them again. 500 tulips consumed by deer.
Yeah. Wow. We got to dig them in the ground farther.
Deeper.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But yeah, so maybe we'll have to fence off our dahlias in case they want to dig them up. But yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right. So, if you know nothing about the gathering, maybe you want to check out our offerings that we have here, whether it's just to come and stay and hang out, or if you want to join us for one of our events. Sometimes we have weekend events, sometimes week-long, but we are open for you to call us or look on our website. We're almost like this close to finishing our reservation website, so you can go on and see what's open and do a lot of that yourself before you call us. But if you do need to call us, do you know the number here? 920-778-8031. Yeah, I finally memorized it, so I thought maybe you would know it just to make sure I didn't get it wrong. All right, so come hang out with us and have some fun and enjoy the video. Do you have anything else to say?
Do some baking today.
Yes.
Enjoy
great.
it.
Yeah, Mary wore her bake hat over there. We want to go on one of those baking retreats, but it was like $3,800 to go on a baking retreat. But maybe someday we'll have a baking retreat here. Look at that. You
could.
read my mind and I read yours all at the same time. All right. You could show them how to
That
make.
would be fun.
You could show them how to make your
Cream puff.
cream puffs and all your cakes and all your torts and all that
And I
stuff.
can have you sample all of them first.
No. No, I can't sample them all. I'm trying to be good. Trying to be good. It's hard here. It's hard. All right. So, without further ado, enjoy Erica's video. See you next time.
Hey everyone, welcome back to In the Kitchen with Erica. We're here at The Gathering, and for episode number 2. I want to thank everybody who tuned in to watch me make my chocolate cream puffs. Thank you. So spring is in the air here in Wisconsin finally. So today we're going to work on making a blackberry scone that has a lime mojito glaze on top of it. What better for spring? So we'll get started over here. We'll walk over to the blender and we'll get started with these scones. So people all the time are asking me why my scones taste a little bit different than everybody else's. The reason is most scone recipes are going to call for butter that is already cold. So I use a warm butter. It gives the texture a little bit fluffier of the scone's a little fluffier. So what I have in here right now is I have 8 tablespoons of soft butter. I have a ½ cup of sour cream, and I'm going to add a 1/3 cup of just white sugar. So we're going to get this mixing. What we are looking for is going to be a nice fluffy consistency. And while that's going, we are going to, well, let's get our egg in there. We have 1 egg that we're going to add. There we go. So we'll get that consistency going. So to my bowl, I am going to add 2 cups of flour. I have a tablespoon of baking powder, and I have a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And then I'm going to go ahead and I have a lime here that I'm going to zest into the dry ingredients. Just kind of zest, I don't know, about a half of that lime. That's about plenty there. And then we're going to get just a little dab of salt going in here. There we go. Okay, so we have a really nice creamy texture going on in here. So the next thing I'm going to want to do is I want to slice this lime, and I'm going to squeeze the juice of 1 lime into the butter mixture. There we go. You might want to get your knife in there just a little bit, especially if that lime's not overripe. There we go. There we go. All right. Okay. Next thing I'm putting in is about a 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract. That's kind of one of my favorite flavors. So, and another ingredient I add that sometimes people don't always use, I use vinegar. This is a champagne vinegar, and I'm going to add again about a 1/4 teaspoon of that champagne vinegar. What the vinegar does, it's going to add a little acid to the baking powder, which helps everything kind of floof up a little bit. So now we're going to turn that down, and we're going to want to mix and incorporate that flour with everything else. There we go. All right, we're going to slowly add that. And again, these scones are going to be dense like a scone is, but they're going to be a little bit fluffier and a little more soft. There we go. to get that all in there. Just one real quick. There we go. All right, let's get this off. And now we are going to incorporate our blackberries. Get this here. You don't want to over mix when you're baking anything. Over mixing leads to some bad textures on your palate, so we don't want to over mix anything. There we go. Looks good. And now I have my blackberries that have been washed and dried off. So to my blackberries, I want to add a little bit of flour just because they add a lot of moisture. So we just want to, about a 1/4 cup of flour on there, kind of, there we go. All right, throw that in. And then we're going to use a wooden spoon to incorporate those blackberries. We don't want to over stir, but I do want to get some of that pretty purple color. So you're going to want to kind of smash a few of those berries up in there just to get that pretty color going. All right. Okay, so now we are going to transition to rolling out our scones. I have a batch done that I'm going to pull out because I like to chill them. They roll out much better. All right, on to phase 2 of making these blackberry scones. What we are going to want to do is, I have about a cup of flour right here. Kind of like you're kneading a bread dough or something like that. So scrape out that chilled dough. I chilled this for about 2 hours. That's about a good time to chill it. And then it's just kind of starting to knead it around in that flour. Those blackberries add so much moisture to this that this is just kind of going to help add to the ability to cut these because of how moist they are. And you can keep adding as much as you need here until you have a nice consistency. You want it to be a little bit elastic-like, and you want to feel that most of that moisture has been absorbed. Can I get that flour? All right. Okay, that looks like that should be about good here. So I'm going to break this off. There we go. Usually just kind of break it off into 2 balls, and then we're going to form this into a circle. I want it to be about a 1/4 inch. And don't be afraid of how much flour you're putting down because it's going to actually turn out fine. There we go. So we've got that down to about a 1/4 inch here. I just kind of like to make sure the edges are nice and smooth. Makes it easier for cutting. All right. So now we're going to get our knife, and I'm just going to cut that in half, and then I'm going to 1/4 it, and then I'm going to put this into an 1/8. There we go. Now I have my baking sheet all prepared. You can put parchment paper on here if you'd like. I just have it sprayed so that nothing sticks on there. And we're going to line these up on the pan. There we go. All right, and I have my oven is already set to 400 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and get these in the oven, and they will go in for about 18 minutes. Okay, so again, I have this oven preheated to 400. We're going to put those in for 18 minutes. Here we are at the stovetop. I am making my lime mojito glaze. And so what we're going to want to do is a 1/4 cup of a really good quality rum. This one's Opportunity rum. I have a cup of powdered sugar and then some lime. So we're going to put this on just a really low heat. And why it is that I'm actually cooking this over the stove, because I'm using alcohol, and you want to cook that alcohol down or else it's going to have a really harsh flavor to it. So we're just going to bring this to a little bit of a boil here, and it'll start boiling really quickly. So while that's happening, we're going to squeeze our lime and get as much of that lime juice as you can. And depending on how you like that flavor to be, if you like more lime taste, feel free to use another lime. But I have found that one lime actually adds a really good flavor. So let's just get that in there. All right. And it's already starting to come to a boil. So once it's boiling, like it is now, we are going to throw in that powdered sugar and turn it off. Now we're just gonna kind of whisk this all together to get a nice consistency, and we'll let it sit. All right, and so this is kind of the finished consistency that we're looking for. You want to put it in the refrigerator for about 2 hours to get the consistency that we're looking for in this. Okay, 18 minutes out of the oven, and this is what a nice done scone is going to look like. Just a little bit of brownness on top, and you're going to kind of give it a squish. It's nice and hard, but yet you can feel that it's still going to be moist. So what we're going to do now is I am going to give this a nice drizzling of that glaze. Again, this is a Blackberry Lime Mojito, so why not spruce it up with a little bit of mint leaves. There we go. And a little garnishment for the top. And right there, that is our Blackberry Lime Mojito Scone. Thank you for watching, everyone.